Infinite One. Wow, you're quick, man. Baruch Hashem. Thank God. All is good. Hey, Gary. Ruth. All is good, man. Raven. Tribe, man. We got the tribe. The tribesters. This is the message when we have heard of him declare. I don't know what that means, Chris. Yeah, hey, Tony. Hey, Patricia. Music with Sarah. Yo, homie, what's up? Sarah, weren't we gonna play together or something? Weren't we gonna try to do some music? I don't know. I'm like completely out to I don't know what. I'm out. I'm like just a bit out of it today. I really want to I want to start with today's live with a couple things. Also, I have Brian's cup from Spiritual Being. Oh, it's on both sides. First of all, I want to say that God willing, we will be doing a live stream tonight at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, New York time. And that will be on the school platform. I think I sent out something yesterday, a post about it, but it's SKOOL. Probably says Ellie Weber, I'm thinking. I think, but anyway, go through the post. It's probably in the show more also. I'm not sure, but I'll be doing a Zoom meeting. We'll be doing our first Zoom meeting really tonight, God willing. I mean, if I can figure out how to do it, it takes me a little while to get these things down, but God willing, we'll be doing I plan to do a Thursday afternoon, Thursday at 5 o'clock Zoom meeting on school every week, God willing. And it doesn't cost any money to join school. You could just go to direct school. If you want to enter and get a little more higher level stuff, you could go through Patreon and pay a few bucks a month, whatever you want to pay. And that way, you still get the same. You get a little extra benefits. There's some extra videos I'm gonna hopefully be working on soon. And the other thing is, wow, man. I'm getting used to this new, believe it or not, this is all like the reason you're seeing blue now and you really can't see my face is because I'm getting used to every time you change something, it's a lesson. So I just changed and I'm much happier this way. I just changed I added some little plug, some kind of card to my thing and it just changes everything. So, and that's the way life is, that you just keep going and you just try to figure out the next step. Don't don't freak yourself out by thinking, oh, I'm going to, I got to do this. I'll have, 3,000 subscribers and all this. You just do the next thing. You just try to figure out the next thing and just keep going. But I wanted to also, besides the fact that I want to just, say that just to remind everyone that this is great stuff and it'll really help really good for your health. This redox thing, it doesn't add anything to your body that you don't already have, but it adds a lot. It makes you young. It's growing my hair back. And also these LifeWave products are stupendous. Is it upside down? Are really great. And if you got this, if you had to keep your job or whatever it was, you take glutathione, Eon, and X39. Those together will help you reset your DNA. Check out Purium, below. It's a great food source, organic, totally organic food source. I have a smoothie every morning. I might do one for afternoon soon. But it's nice to have some greens, some organic greens in your system. I can't really get really good organic greens around here. I mean, so far, but I'm much happier with with Purium because it really gives me, a broad spectrum of different plants. They all put together, but they're all are totally organic, certified kosher, good to go. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is I want to give out a shout. I want to give a shout out to Joe Dispenza, and I want to say that when I started looking at YouTube a couple years ago. I mean, and it was just like, I would come home from a day of working in the Department of Education, just like completely defeated, like just like, oh my gosh, I come home like this. It's just like I made it through another day. I mean, that's how my life was really for 20 years. It was just like I made it through the day. I didn't get fired today. They didn't try to pull any tricks on me. They didn't, have no kids testified against me. I mean, they tried everything to get rid of me. They were just ruthless and very insensitive, cruel. And also, they knew nothing about education. They had hired some good-looking women, some nice-looking women. The head of the district was this like ex-football player, and he hired all these fraternity girls to run these schools, and they'd never been in a classroom before. I mean, it's like, and they're telling me, oh, you don't really know. I'm like, listen, man, you may not think I know what I'm doing, and just because I say, you know, I'm not sure about something doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that shows you that I do know what I'm doing. If you're completely convinced that you know everything about a subject, especially chemistry, and really they still don't really know what the heck's going on. But anyway, so I would come home every day and I would look at I discovered YouTube at some point. I think it was like 4 years ago, maybe. I discovered YouTube and I started looking around. I was like, wow, there's some really amazing information out there. Where have I been? And I stumbled onto this guy, Joe Dispenza, and he was saying that, like, he said that it's helpful to align yourself in the morning to get, after you get up, to do whatever it takes. I mean, and as a longtime spiritual person, I mean, I've been in many different spiritual practices. I studied with a guru. I was into sweat lodges, all kinds of different religious practices I was engaged with. And, I know that morning is the best time to set yourself up. And I'm a morning person. I love the early morning. The earlier the better. I get up around 3 o'clock now. I slept in today till 4. That's like really late for me. But Joe Dispenza, I'm going to give a shout out to him because he said, he said, before you leave the house, you have to set your mind into the right parameters. Set your mind on success. Set your mind on, whatever it is. And this was just, I mean, and he gave all this, he's a neurophysiologist or something, but he gave all this proof about, what it means what it does to your brain cells and all this other stuff. I mean, that to me is like, it's nice, but that's just icing on the cake. But the idea that, to set your intentions, to know what you're about before you interact with the world. I mean, so the reason I'm saying this, because this morning, I had one of those mornings where I was just fuzzy, man. I was just like, I was not myself. I was not directed. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I was just sort of out of it. And I just said, you know what? I usually make a video earlier the better. But since I moved here, I'm waiting till sun up because it makes better videos. But today I just kept sort of procrastinating, and I went to the gym and I spent much longer in the gym, and I was listening to Tesla 369 music while I was working out. And I sat in the sauna for like 15 minutes in the schwitz, in the sweat place, and listening to this Tesla music. And I just let myself realign myself and get back, even though I didn't make a video yet today, which is not like me. I usually, when I start this broadcast, I usually have at least one video done, but I didn't this morning because I was late. I came home. I said, "My gosh, it's already 10 o'clock." It's like really, for me, that's really late to be making a video before the broadcast. But the thing is that it's so important, and I think it was worth it for me just to align myself, because I was just sort of out of sorts. Maybe I'm, for whatever reason, I think there's a lot of energy on the planet. I think there's, the sunspots are happening. Whatever the reason is, that to just be good to yourself and take a little extra time and make sure that before you go out and fling yourself into the world, which I don't even do. I mean, this is as flinging to the world as I get, is to do my broadcast. I mean, for me, grocery shopping is a major adventure. It's, I, you innocent people who are just like happen to be shopping at the same time as me don't know that in my mind they're like part of this like intricate web of a narrative story that everyone that I'm that I notice everyone around me, and I'm already thinking like, I'm kind of getting into their mindset, and I'm wondering about them and wishing them well. And, it's like, so, for me, for them, they're going to get some groceries probably. For me, it's like, it's a major expedition in consciousness, besides the fact that then I get obsessed over like, I found this, I told you a couple of weeks ago, I found these like fresh caught tuna, cans of tuna, which were like $5 or $6. But I opened up the can one day and it was like, this is like a tuna steak. It's unbelievably delicious. It's worth $5. I mean, what would I pay for it if it was fresh? I'd be paying $15. I mean, but so anyway, Gila said this morning, she wrote me, she said, you're so talented. But, like that may be, I don't know. I don't really think of that kind of thing. It doesn't really, it's not something that resonates with me. But it does make me remember that most of my life and this probably goes for everyone on this channel. Most of my life, I can fit in. I mean, I love people. People love me. It's not, but it's like I don't look at the world in a straight way. So everything is, like, nothing is, it's not easy. Like, in other words, like, let's say that she's right, that I have some talent. Again, I don't even think about this stuff, but it's like that those talents that you have, and I'm speaking to you guys, make life in the matrix, or made life in the matrix very, very challenging. It's a wonderful thing to have a great talent, but you have to suffer for your talent. I mean, because it makes you look at the world differently, and it's very hard for you to be a normal person. So yeah, so I think that's important to give yourself a pat on the back for being unusual and being talented, and knowing that it's not easy necessarily. And I also wanted to say, and again, you're getting me before I made my first movie. So usually I put down my main points in the movie, but in the first video. But I think we are leaving the matrix now, and most of us here have left the matrix. And the reason I titled this QFS Has Our Back is because Gila sent me a video about a guy who said, everything for the last couple of years, every time you did something on your bank, it was echoed, it was mirrored in the QFS. So the QFS knows everything about your financial habits. It knows you, and it has your back. We don't know that yet. But so I was thinking, like, the idea, I've really been toying a lot with the idea of leaving the matrix, leaving evil, and coming into the promised land. That it's a multi, first of all, it takes a lot of time. It's not like a one day thing. It's not like, okay, I left slavery, it's all over now. Now I'm good to go. It's much deeper than that. And there's the concept of not just leaving slavery, but leaving the conditioning of slavery. So, like, for example, I talked to a friend of mine who was a very used to be a very successful businessman, and he's like he tells me I have no money. And I said, well, um, are you paying are you paying your taxes? He says, yes, you have to pay your taxes. I said, well, I don't pay taxes. He said, well, it's gonna catch up with you. So I was thinking to myself, there's leaving the matrix, and then there's leaving the feeling of the matrix. So I've left, feel, and again, I'm not saying that I'm so great or anything, but like in my mind, the IRS doesn't exist. Why would I want to pay them? I've left, not only did I leave slavery where I don't file my taxes, but I don't believe in it. I don't believe it exists. I believe it's totally, it's a totally optional thing. So, he may have left slavery to some degree, but he still has the mental, um, conditioning that if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to owe them, and it's going to get interest and all this other stuff. And my experience is basically, you call eventually you call them up. I mean, you can't even call up the IRS. That's the thing. They have all these like sharks in the water that call you up. All these companies say, "You have a lien against you. We'll help you, and like we'll take your money from you gladly, and we'll contact the IRS." I'm like, this is just baloney. They're just sharks. They're just piranhas that are feeding off the carnage, the bloodied carcasses of human beings who are so victimized by this thing. So I'm just saying that if I was him and I had that kind of I don't know what I would do, because he's also doing business in New York City, which is really, really stressful. Another friend of mine who's a builder, used to be an ex-partner of mine, a builder, he said he will not build in New York City. He says it's too much corruption, too much bribes, too much, if you don't do anything, this, they're gonna, it's just like, he says he moved to Maine, and he does a lot of developing in Maine, but he's like, forget about it, man. I'm not going to build in New York. It's like, so, so I understand where my friend's coming from, but I'm just saying this whole idea of setting yourself up, of knowing what you're about, and we're coming into a godly quantum space. And this video that Gila said, she said, this is the best video on QFS. In the video, they said, everything is mirrored in the QFS, so they know exactly. Once we kick into the QFS, they'll be like, you just be like, oh, you just be continuing as normal, except you won't have 15 different passwords, and you have to check in here, and you have to. That's all the 13 bloodline families to keep us, in the slave mentality. But you have to prove you're you. I mean, anyway, so whatever happened there, yeah, you can't even say that word. The word that Barbara Lynch said that starts with an M. I said it once, and I had my whole kit and caboodle taken down. They don't the the quantum raisinets that run through the system. They don't want anyone to talk about that. Oh, Gila's here. Gila, thank you so much for all your So yeah, so I just every all my thoughts, I intertwine my thoughts with Gila's thoughts. I mean, to me, Gila's like, she's just me in another body, and when she says something, it's like me talking to myself. So probably Mio too is getting that way. I mean, we're getting that way as a community. I mean, I'm getting to know you guys even without even having seen you, and it's like I know Gary. I know what Gary's going to say. It's just like, we're coming into an age, man. We're leaving evil. We're leaving Mitzrayim. We're leaving the Matrix. But at the same time, we haven't really arrived at the promised land with the QFS. Once the QFS click kicks in, we'll be like in the promised land, man. It'll be like, okay, man, I don't have to worry. I don't have to even think. I don't have to pretend that the matrix exists. It's done. It's toast. I'm gone. I'm free. I'm a free man. And you could do that now if you're as crazy as I am. You'd just be like, you know what, they took my job. They said I'd never work again. Well, not can you not get employment? You're out, man. I'm like, so you know what? I'm out. Because of the hate, great. I'm out. I consider it a gift. Thank you so much for kicking me out of your system. I'm delighted. I'm delighted to be out of your system. I'm having such a great time. I'm having the time of my life. To heck with your system, man. I mean, goodbye. You don't want me in your system? I'm great, man. I'm happy. I don't have to pay. I'm not paying into your system. You kicked me out. I don't belong in your system. I don't belong in the matrix. I have no shaykhis. I have no connection to the matrix. I'm my own person. Do I want to pay taxes? Not really. I know what you do with the taxes. You're going to send my taxes over to a country that supports a cause that I don't believe in, or brutalize little tiny infant innocent souls. I want to contribute. It's like people used to say to me, do you want to give to cancer? I'm like, no, I don't want to give to cancer. I don't like cancer. Why would I give to it? It's like words matter. Words mean something. But anyway, so yeah, that's my like kind of like stream of consciousness thing this morning. We're not matrix material. Yeah, we're out, man. I mean, they made it clear to us that we don't really belong. We're not good slave candidates. Not so. My cotton picking is a little bit. It's like Weber. Really, when it comes to cotton picking, man, you're like let us handle it, man. We've got it automated now. We don't really need you. Right, exactly right, Elizabeth. Yeah, you really want. I'm going to give you money so you can do that with. You can drill holes with atomic drill machines underground to run trains that. Um, yeah. Oh, you sent her a book. That's so sweet, Gila. Well, I am happy. I don't know what I should calm down. Yeah. Do I sound excited? Um, I don't feel excited. I feel past, present, and future is now conscious. Get happy now. Why not? Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Our non resident human memories of hurt and anger, we made the shift when it comes back on board. I should go down to the beach. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be warm today. So, yeah, I'll go to the beach. But thank you for calming me down. Yeah, QFS running in the background for a couple of years, they say. For a year. Um, right, we're in heaven already. Okay, cool. So you guys are there. I'm singing to the choir. We need to record a duet soon. Yeah, okay, man. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I that's right. I've heard your music. Yeah. But you're like a real musician. I'm a country hack kind of like guitar player type guy. You're a real musician. I don't know if we would be able to really sync. It would be I would be so fast. Oh, quote reading. A good flanker to my George Orwell. Oh, that comes from Mio, yeah. We should film the big walking for diversity, yeah. I got you. The truth matters. We still pay bills. That is ducks, rents. Yeah, I mean, I listen. I pay my rent. I definitely pay my rent. Um, and I was just thinking, like, I have two like credit cards that are attached to my bank statement, and I pay them every month, even though they're maxed out. I pay the minimum. I'm like, I'm going to call them today. Say, let's make a deal, man. Let's, I'll pay it over time. I mean, look at all the governments are, they're all bankrupt. All the banks are going under. It's like they all owe and we owe. It's like, forget about it, man. It's like, it's enough already. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, Bella. We need to keep producing. Right. Yes. That's what I say. That's why, I mean, I would love to have more peeps involved with these things. I mean, come join me. You know what Danielle said yesterday. It's upside down. Danielle said yesterday that it's all made for you. It's like a business in a box. You have, you join the business. You have Jay, you have Danielle, you have me, you have Dr. David. I mean, and if you join this, Dr. Stacy like really handles everything. She's amazing. So live alone is cheaper and easier. Yeah, that's what I do. But yeah, I don't think it's a time to like to slack off. It could be a while for these people to wake up. I mean, yeah, 37, right? 5 children. Rianne, yeah, Rihanna, that's beautiful. You have a great attitude. You're debt free. Nice. Yeah, I'm not putting myself down. I'm just using this as I like where I am. I love where I am. I love my life. It's an incredible life. It's my dream life. But I just want everyone else to to we're all on the same page. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely debt slavery. Yeah, we need to leave them behind. So that's what I'm saying. I have these two left. Most of the other ones I just stopped paying them, and nobody bothers me. So these last ones, I want to make a deal so that wow, it's so blue in the picture. Isn't this a nice shot? 5 kids. Yeah, one. Yeah, some people just it's hard. They're my blessing. Yeah. The RV is supposed. Okay, so you guys, you ready to venture into some? We'll see. I haven't. I have I looked at the intel. I did look at it briefly this morning. I didn't see anything really exciting, but we could check on the market. Let me just look quickly, see how the market's doing. It's up a few points. Not a big day for the market. Nothing's really happening. I get really nervous. I had a dream. What I got real nervous listening to one explosion. On. I had a bad dream and two snakes fight in the ocean. Woke up, asked myself, never listened to Juan. But yeah, he was upset. I didn't download because my whole gang is sick. Oh, with the Ascension flu. Interesting. Yeah, we just maybe we just come this way. But for me, it wasn't always an easy thing to be comfortable in my own skin. We have no credit cards. We have a medical card for emergencies. That's great. That's great, man. I just um, if the bank goes down, why should you have to pay them? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And they're saying that the bad guys want all this to happen so they can consolidate into a few banks. Kind of like herd everyone into a few banks, and the good guys want it so they can also, you know, there's less to take over. Been an hour off for a bit. Uh-huh. Thanks, Randy. You're the man. All right, let's check out. He's a Jesuit, and so is Charlie Ward. That's interesting. Really, you sure about that? That would be very interesting. In your country, what country, Tiff? V for Vendetta. Yes, the best book and movie ever. So interesting. And there, Mio, you saw. I know you like my friend from New Zealand, Carl, on Magic Eyes Only on Rumble. But he really talks a lot about V for Vendetta, and we're really in that movie. It's on Rumble, but it's Majestic Eyes Only, and it's MA. No, it's not Majestic Eyes. It's Magic Eyes, but it's spelled MAJIC Eyes Only on Rumble. He's amazing, but he talks a lot about Rio. Mio, you must love that, yeah. You must love his channel, but it's a lot about V for Vendetta. Wow, you have very vivid dreams, Melody. You should watch the movie, yeah? Okay, I'll try it. It looks pretty interesting. I mean, I've seen a lot of clips from it. I might as well just watch the whole movie. But it's deep, and I think the white hats are using that as the basis for this communication. Yeah, they're totally. This we know this. I mean, this is a given. We just have to. I mean, what are you going to do? We have to work around it. The end gave me goosebumps. Yeah, with the destruction of the clock and everything. It's very entertaining. Besides the message, Carl is next level. Yeah, Carl is out there, man. Carl is wow. Yeah, I mean, talk about an autist. He really when he analyzes a post, he really it's very entertaining. Besides the message, gave me goosebumps. A perfect plan. We're just the actors. Yeah, I cut off my hair 3 years ago when this happened. What you mean when you saw the movie? Yeah, because you look like what's the main character's name? Um, uh, I can't remember her name. Uh huh. Charlie Freak said that Charlie, Lifewave Dream. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, is make me have very real dreams that are more like messages. Interesting. Yeah, I ordered a bottle, but it got stuck at my mom's house somehow. It got sent to my mom. That's very interesting. I want to try that out. I also want to put on the glutathione and the Alavita at night again. I was doing that for a while, and I did have some very interesting dreams. So yeah, yeah, a lot going on. Okay, so you guys, you ready to do some intel? You good with that? We're everyone's happy. We're feeling good. Light and floating. No tech needed. We use our minds, right? No blonde or conceited. I'm not a psychic, but when I woke up, let's read this together. I'm not a psychic, but when I wake up, there are a warning and many come true about a Hurricane Katrina the summer before it happened. Interesting. Well, Melody, you have a gift, man. You should. I would encourage you to start your own platform and share it with the world. I have a smoking good day. Okay. The bleaching can cause hair bleaching can cause cancer. Yeah. Quantum alchemy. Amazing stuff. Cool. You haven't cut your hair since 1999. Wow. That's a long time. Big smile changes the vibe. Yeah, smiles are very good. Yep. All right. Let's I used to bleach my hair, not all the time, but then I live in Florida. Big smile, definitely, absolutely. All right, let's do a little intel. Let's see what's going on in the world, in our world. All right, let's see what we can find here. White hats, no change. Megan Rose, I saw a nice clip from her this morning where she was channeling Val Thor, is it? Michael Green, the Rabbi Green channel. It's really interesting platform. Okay, let's cue the storm rider. Let's see what he has. Just in, Swiss National Bank will provide liquidity to Credit Suisse if necessary. Oh, that's nice. They all help each other out. 7 senators that voted to confirm JB. Court rules on case involving employee who was fired for refusing to attend a LGBTQ training session. He got back pay and damages. That's what I need is back pay, man. Today's headlines: suburban tenants are facing more evictions. The outskirts of cities have been growing poorer. Black voters demand action. Pentagon rejects Kremlin's air claims. That's the Washington Post. Bankers put focus on woke causes. Jet Set, Aaron Rodgers, I want to be gangrene, Top Gun. New York Times, bank fears go global as market convulse over lurking hazards. Farming's next frontier, the ocean. Seaweed farmers in South Korea. Huh. Pretty cool. All right. Mysterious. The family of the woman killed in Mexico reveals new details. I don't like these stories. I'm sorry. I started reading it. All right. This is a lot of little stories. I'm out. Let's see what Whip has. Same old thing. We're in, so he says, let's see, 3 Credit Suisse directly connected to the Vatican. Oh, that's interesting. That makes me feel better about it, right? 317 tomorrow, Friday. What else? He just put something in. Neom, the line. Yeah, that we've read this post like a zillion times. All right, I'm going to go back to. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. Tyranny. Japan and South Korea agreed to mend ties as leaders meet following years of dispute. This is from CNN. The leaders of South Korea and Japan promised to resume ties in a fence mending summit. Interesting. Please take the time to watch this, absorb it, understand what was done to us, then watch it again. We will take our health, our freedom, and our humanity back again. Stay strong. They are insane. It's time for people to wake up. Their blood is not pure. It's riddled with mental illness. We are the elite. Ain't that the truth? Grabbed from Facebook. Many thanks, Cat. So I guess she's saying that the other side has issues. The last 24 hours, the earthquakes were the Kermadec Islands, Iran, Turkey, Indonesia, Vanuatu, Tonga, Philippines, Colombia, Chile, Solomon Islands, and Fuji. I used to track the earthquakes in about, it must have been around, I think it was around 2000, 2001, maybe. But the earthquakes are constantly going on around the planet, even without their blowing up the domes. Humans are on track to achieve immortality in 7 years. Futurist Ray Kurzweil is still making waves years after his initial singularity claims as artificial intelligence continues to progress. With singularity milestones coming, Kurzweil believes immortality is achievable by 2030. The new video from the YouTube channel Adagio revisits futurist Ray Kurzweil's ideas about how, for humans, both singularity and immortality are shockingly imminent, as in potential just 7 years away. Well, that's pretty good to know, right? 7 years will be, we could attain immortality. Both concepts may take a stretch of reality to attain, but Kurzweil and his supporters are quite limber. The idea of singularity is the moment AI exceeds beyond human capacity and rapidly transforms society. Predicting the timing is tricky, to say the least, but Kurzweil says one crucial step on the way to the potential 2045 singularity is the concept of immortality, possibly reached as soon as 2030. As the rapid rise of artificial intelligence is what will make it happen, Kurzweil believes that the technology and medical progress will grow to a point that robotics, he dubs them nanobots, will work to repair our bodies at the cellular level, as reported by Lifeboat, turning disease and aging around thanks to the continual work of robotic know-how. And then Viola, and then Waha, immortality. Naturally, the promise of immortality by 2030 has believers and critics actually excited and skeptical. Repeatedly of Kurzweil's bold predictions, of course, it doesn't help that humans are experiencing a downward trend in global life expectancy, a downward trend in global, as leaders in science are predicting that if this singularity does occur, it will wipe out humanity altogether. So this is a very interesting thought stream. Justin Macron has decided to trigger Article 49.3 to adopt his controversial pension reform plan without a vote in the French National Assembly. The use of this article is often described as the nuclear option. This is because there is the possibility that it could cause a collapse of the government. Goodbye, Macron. Here goes. So that could be the end of Macron. Bank of America rakes in $15 billion as panic customers ditch smaller lenders for too big to fail firms in wake of SVB crisis. The globalists like JP Morgan also winning, analysts say. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Swiss credit was highly aggressive in freezing Russian assets and applying sanctions. Then China aligned with Russia. China is Saudi Arabia's biggest customer. Then Saudi Arabia refused to bail out Credit Suisse. Now Credit Suisse is de facto nationalized. See how it all works? Elon on Bitcoin on live. Coca-Cola chemical leak prompts evacuation. Ammonia escaping from a 20,000-gallon container stoked concerns of wider contamination. Fed chairman awakened in the middle of the night. Major Swiss bank going under. American Media Group. Do world leaders and governments use TikTok? Yes. The short video platform is growing in political, digital diplomacy, and social impact footing. February 15th, 2021. In the past year, TikTok has not just grown in terms of downloads, but also in the number of presidents, prime ministers, cabinets, or other government ministers and ministries and official government accounts joining the platform. The map shows the countries. Okay, so it's like the North America, South America, Africa, not so much Europe and China, but I guess this is the increase. The heads of state or government with a verified TikTok accounts are the president of El Salvador, France, Israel, Nepal, Moldova, Belgium, Malaysia, and Turkey. UK announces immediate ban on TikTok on government devices. Macron, France, chronicle of a divorce foretold. Except in the era of former President François Mitterrand, never has a French president done so much damage to French-Moroccan relationships as Macron and his team are doing. Tomorrow's March 17th. There are 17 deltas for tomorrow, 0 for today. That magical number 17 keeps showing up. Coincidence? I think not. Don't forget to wear your green tomorrow. Unilateral gun control order seeks to punish all gun owners for the actions of criminals who mostly prey on the president's base in liberal cities. You are witnessing the systematic destruction of the old guard. Forced exposure. Standard deviation taken long ago. All right, so that's pretty much nails, I think, the big things. They lied to us. You're pissed off, yeah? No one is coming to save us, right? They're everywhere in the sky. We can wave at them. You've seen their ships. Ignore JB's executive order. It's unconstitutional. They say dragons and fairies are returning to our field of view. That's interesting. Snakes, interesting. I had a dream of a snake. So many different. This is interesting. Yeah, it's pretty hard to understand. It is very hard to understand. What is a Jew? It's not an easy concept. Do not leave your small banks and credit unions. This is conflicting reports about the QFS mirroring our accounts. Sherry Ray, they are. I'm going with her. Sherry Ray says they are, yeah, mirroring. It's hard, Lori, to decipher. It's even hard for Jewish people to really understand. But basically, if your mother's Jewish and then there's the question, some Jews follow Torah, some Jews do not. I mean, are they really Jewish? I mean, the critical question is somebody who worships the Satan. Are they Jewish? And I would say absolutely not. But some people want to label them as Jewish. I'm like, why? They have a Jewish sounding last name, but they worship Satan. That's not called Jewish. Since I was 20, I've been saying to my family and others that we're transitioning and we would need to die. That's interesting. Mike Green, cooking corned beef for tomorrow night. Nice, Irish. Oh, because, right, it's St. Paddy's Day. My boyfriend's family don't follow anything, but they are real Jews. Okay. Oh, they don't follow anything. Okay. The moon looked like it had a crescent moon inside a crescent moon. Beef and cabbage. I'm not looking at the chat. I am. I'm looking now. I was in a spacecraft with 3 entities. Confirmation of 440 in me. I cried the entire time. Beautiful moment, though. Nice. Mike Green, you still there? Past life, right. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really I mean, the most exciting thing I think about today's broadcast is the blue ocean. It really looks so blue back there. That is really so beautiful. I don't know if the lights aren't quite bright enough. Maybe I'll bring them down a little bit. Anyway, a lot's going on. I mean, I think we're at a point. I mean, I've said this before, but I think we're at a point where the like sort of more mainstream media is more interesting than the underground news sources on Telegram. I think if you look at the Gateway Pundit, you'll see the articles are more kind of like what's really current, what's really going on. I'm looking at the chat. Let's see. Ocean is beautiful. Yeah, it's really pretty. Haven't heard from Sherry Ray in quite some time. Mike Green is on live. It's on this live chat. I don't know. I don't know. Should I be embarrassed to say I don't really know who Mike Green is? Mike Green said he went to school with you. He was on the chat. Michael Green. Yeah, I think I remember him. Cool. I think I remember Michael Green. Gateway plus Tucker is a great combo. Yeah, Gateway. I like Gateway. You know, we have one of the publishers at Gateway used to come to the channel. I don't know if he still does. Went to school. Interesting. Is Mike Green is on the live chat? Went to school with me. Cool. I think I remember. Mike Green. He's a nice guy. Corned beef and cabbage. Hello, Michael. I mean, if you're still there, man, good. Thanks for coming by. It's not often that I get somebody from high school. That's really beautiful. Sister Gila's here. Hey, Gila. Tiff. He was from Ohio. He lives in Ohio now. Looks tropical. It does. My mom was born in Scotland. I tried chasing to the great grandparents, and then more marriages to trace further. Right. A lot of German Jews. I mean, I was raised in a German Jewish family, and they're very into assimilation. Tucker was magnificent, man. Was told he needed to speak for the White Hats. Interesting. Derailment in AZ. Corn syrup. Oh, hazardous, right? Sun coming out. Yes, I will be. I will be, God willing. I will be at school at 5 o'clock, and I'll try to send out. I have to figure out how to send out email with links to everyone. I think the link is already there. The link has already been published. So if you go to the post from yesterday, maybe I'll send out the post again. But I'm only allowed to send out one post every 72 hours, so I may not be able to. But yeah, I will be, God willing, at 5 o'clock. I'll be doing a Zoom meeting, so you guys can. I'm hoping you guys do most of the talking. Yeah, I will be on school. Yeah, it's really pretty. I mean, the ocean is amazing, and they're constantly doing work. It doesn't really look as blue in real life. It's more kind of like a steel gray color. It's not really this blue. But I don't know if you can see over here. Let's see. If you can see over, I guess that would be up here. If you can see over here, they're building jetties over here. These guys. I love watching that. It's just so amazing to me that they put in each boulder. They put in the boulders like they're laying tile. It's amazing. We're all built to transition from death to death. Yeah. Does it cost? It does not cost to get on school. It's all free. School is free, and if you want to pay for Patreon, you could join, like, and get more. You can get access to more things. But basically, everyone in school has access to everything. We want everyone to come to the Zoom meeting tonight. So, and it'll be every Thursday, God willing. I mean, I just have to, we just have to get started. But school is going to be a platform where you can communicate with each other all day long. It's going to be, we're hoping to really develop it as a kind of a place where we can safely say what we want to say over there. You're painting your background. Beautiful. What kind of fish? We have bluefish, we have striped bass, we have blackfish, we have, actually, there are whales and porpoises out there. Those aren't fish, of course. Robinfish, eels, mackerel come around here. It's real Northeast. It's real ocean. If you go offshore, you could catch tuna fish. I love the Northeast. I mean, all my peeps have come from here for generations, and we used to all live here in the same town, but everyone moved away. Israeli forces shot the corpse of a Palestinian fighter at close distance after he was already assassinated in Jenin. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Israel, man. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. We're looking at the systematic destruction of the old guard. What is this? Why are we under heavy fire? Why are we so important to the fake news media? Attacks coordinated. The swamp is everywhere. There's a reason some could no longer be trusted. You are witnessing the systematic destruction of the old guard, forced exposure, standard deviation broken long ago, PAIN, number 17. All right, so I'm gonna call it a morning. Snapper. Well, there's something we call snapper, which are really just baby bluefish, and they are delicious. They're really delicious. But there's also red snapper. We don't have red snapper here, but yes, I have tried snapper. I used to fish for them a lot. The chemtrails are not bad. They're spraying healing for us, and it drives the reptilians crazy, and they will die from it. Interesting. Wow, 18 children, 14 survived. Amazing. All right, guys. So we will see you soon. Have a tremendous day. Snapper in Florida, yeah, but that's red snapper in Florida. That's a delicious fish. Yes, snapper's great. Okay, guys. We'll catch you later. And yeah. I will be doing a 3:30 with Eon on Purium, and then at 5 o'clock we'll be doing the Zoom meeting, and then we'll have a regular 7:45. So lots of stuff coming up. Enjoy it, and have a great day. I will try to get out on the beach if I can. God bless. Let's see if I can find out how to. Let's see how to do this. No, that's not the right button. Here we go. End stream. Okay.